Hey, I'm Liv, and I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. Of course, this year is a little different. I'm still celebrating though. Maybe you are too, but I'm sure we're all doing it a little differently. Socially distanced, a little safer, maybe no trick-or-treating. In my case, I'm going to a drive-in event, which means it's the perfect opportunity to decorate my car. I love wearing horns and vampire teeth in person, so it's my car's turn to shine. And I decided to make these things for myself. With all this extra time that I've been spending at home, I've become much more aware of how much waste I accrue. My Amazon Fresh deliveries that I'm fortunate enough to get, all the paper bags, old bottles that we just throw away. There's so much stuff that I can use to make other things, and I thought this was a great opportunity. Halloween is really amazing for that, for crafting, for doing something unusual. You can try something different and people tend not to bat an eye. So I made giant paper mache neon blacklight reactive horns for my car and spiky vampire teeth for the front grille out of stuff that I had lying around in my house. I wanted to share that process with you, so if you'd like to see how I did that, then keep watching. First things first, I had to grab some coffee in the Ghostbusters mug that I got from Spirit Halloween a couple years ago. Now let's gather our supplies. I had an old vitamin tub, a bucket that I got from the dollar store that I used for a fundraising thing one time, some old Amazon Fresh bags, tinfoil, and some masking tape that doesn't work very well. I'm going to put this all together to make a base for our horns. I did want the horn tilted though, so I used the lid from the vitamin bottle to do that. Perfect. Now we're going to be using our best friend, hot glue, to attach this all together. My hot glue happens to be sparkly because I got it at the dollar store, but that's okay. No one else is going to know. Now we're going to use our Amazon Fresh paper bags and tear them up into little pieces. We're going to use these pieces to create a good armature for the horn. Tape that all together and then stuff some of the pieces into the vitamin bottle. Now we're going to roll some of the pieces together, tape that up, and then jam it in so we have a nice pointy shape. Add some more hot glue and we're good to go. We're going to keep using those fresh bags to build up more of the shape. Make sure that there are no bumpy bits or whatever. Wrap that all in as much tape as possible and celebrate by sticking it on your head. Then we're going to seal the entire thing with tinfoil and make sure to glue down the ends of the tinfoil. We don't want this coming off at all. Now to make our paper mache. I followed a recipe that I found online and then completely abandoned it and just mixed it until I had the consistency that I remembered from when I was a kid. You know when you're 5 years old and mushing that stuff with your hands? Yeah, that. Grab some old newspaper, which I didn't seem to have a lot of, so then I used some old wrapping paper that we didn't love the look of, and first wrap my horn in plastic wrap. I finished up all the paper that I had and decided that I wanted to go a bit thicker, so I cut some more. A nice trick that I found is to unroll the amount of wrapping paper that you want to use, cut it vertically, and then horizontally. Perfect! Our giant horn baby is done. Now, while we let that dry for a couple days, we're going to go make our teeth. To do this, gather a box of old toilet rolls. Now, mark off 4 equal sections on the top and the bottom of the roll, and then draw a zigzag to each point. This is making your teeth. Cut that out and you'll have 4 teeth from each roll. Then magically cut out the entire box. Now we're going to use this giant paper towel roll to make our vampire fangs, because those have to be longer. I used the packaging from old soda box that I got at Costco for spray painting the teeth. And then ended up having to use a whole bunch more boxes too. Thank you, Amazon Prime. Spray painted everything white with a couple layers and then a coat of clear gloss. Because you gotta have shiny teeth, right? Now to measure where we're going to attach the teeth to the car. Ooh, it's so cold this lasted sticky, but that's okay. We're using gaffer tape and cutting out 1 long strip of it. Then we're placing another equal sized strip on the sticky side. So we just have 1 long non-sticky piece of tape. Now to glue some teeth to it. Then we're gonna hot glue our teeth onto the back of the gaffer tape. I found that using a metal chopstick was a really useful way to smush the hot glue down so that it's even. And I made sure to not use glittery hot glue for this one because it's gonna be visible. Then grab giant pieces of adhesive Velcro and we're gonna cut 4 sections to attach the back of the teeth. Adhere that on and then we're gonna stick this onto the car later. But first, let's finish our horns. Done! It took 2.5 days. That's quite a long time, but it feels light and it feels dry. So now to see if somehow it'll pop up. This will be interesting. number one done. I can't believe that stayed on. I hot glued it on a bit, so. That was super successful. Awesome. Yay. Now to do it all over again. Make sure to cover your horn in Mod Podge so that it has a nice, smooth, sealed surface for the spray paint that we're going to put on later. Then duplicate everything, magically. Ta-da! If only it was that easy. You ready for Halloween? You like this? You want to sniff it? Want to sniff it? Paint and primer. Alright, now we're going to work on the part that attaches our horns to the car. To do this, we're going to do a similar method that we used for the teeth. Cut off a piece of the gaffer tape and fold over the top part of it. Place the sticky portion on the inside of the horn on the edge and repeat 3 more times. To make sure, we're going to reinforce that portion on the inside. Then make 4 Velcro tabs, and we're going to adhere that to the tabs that we made on the horn. Make sure that the hooky part of the Velcro is attached to the horn so that the Velcro we leave on the car isn't the hooky part and won't attract debris. And we're going to reinforce everything with a good bit of hot glue. We're testing where these fit. And we already have Velcro spots for these little spikes. The curve pointing backwards more, yeah. More. Remove the protective cover from your adhesive Velcro and slap it onto the car. Let's see how that looks. That's pretty cute. That is pretty cute. What do you think?
I think that works.
Okay. Not as visible as the other option is there. That just looks silly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like the nose, right?
It looks like the nose, but it still looks cute.
It's a car monster. It doesn't have to look natural.
Okay.
Okay, let me peel these off and stick. Okay, let's test this in blacklight. Woo! Okay, let's do this. That looks amazing. Granted, the blacklight tape we have looks pretty cool, but the horns look insane, right?
Yeah, that looks cool. This will be neat.
As you can see, my car is already pretty well decorated. I have a video that I'll link up in the eye about that. But I think that the horns and the teeth are an excellent addition. Super Halloween-y. I'm going to be adding a USB-powered blacklight on top of the car, so the horns will be glowing. The teeth will not be glowing, so I'm not too worried about the fact that the hot glue is glowing. Though that was a super cool effect, and I might use that to my advantage at a later date. I think this looks absolutely amazing, and I love that the horns are glowing in the hood of the car even. The entire thing looks super cool. The tape that I have on the car and the stars and arrows that you can see are super simple and they come off very easily. So if that's an addition that you want to use, I will link those down below too. I think that the teeth, even though I wasn't sure about the placement, I think it looks really cool. And this has come together really nicely. I can't wait for Halloween, and I can't wait to show off my spooky car. If you try something like this, or decorate your car, or trunk or treats, or anything like that, I would love to hear how it goes for you. Wherever you are, I hope you're having the best day that you possibly can. Be kind to the people around you, and thanks for hanging out.